Hello, I'm Sun Girl, also known as Quinn, and I'm a director, artist, and scriptwriter. I actually did a couple scenes in Honest Lies, episode 2, Truly You, so definitely check that out. Alright, plugs done, let's get into the video. Usually, I don't like country music. It just always makes me feel upset. Like, it makes me, I don't like it, I don't like it. I it's not my thing. It's not my thing. But Mitski may be the only one who will make country like music, and I'll listen. I also understand her comparison to a small town to a city. As someone who lives around a lot of family, it's kind of feeling what she said. Everyone smells the same, writes stories about you. But the time I feel the most peaceful is when we would go to a lake in Virginia near where my godparents and god siblings used to live. I also always had the dream of starting over, where nobody knew me and I could forget where I came from. My dad always said this is a selfish thing to want, and that I have to live near him for the rest of my life, kind of like a small town. As for the lyric video itself, it kind of seems like Misty's coming home to herself after 2 years of not releasing any music. I hope she's proud and happy with her album because this is a really good first song. Okay, so I adore Where's My Phone to the point where if anyone asks where their phone is, no on activation right there. Oh my gosh, that sounds so cringy. First, I'll talk about the music video, then the lyrics, then talk about it musically. The music video was very artistic to me and it tells a story onto itself. I think it's about present day Mitski trying to protect her younger or inner child. The smallest cut, and Mitski obsesses over it. She also tries to keep her younger self sheltered away from the outside world. Outside people through social media believe they have the right inside her home, which shows again in that white cat. Also, the warm lighting is so nice within the home. The old Mitski is out of touch with reality, protecting oneself from young love, being seen more so seen as attraction in a human being. Mitski finally lashes out at Romeo. Yeah, that's actually his name. You just have to check the credits. It's the guy who keeps sticking his tongue. You know what I'm talking about. Young Mitski's enthralled with the people from the outside world and gets swept away with it and is sacrificed to the well. Yay! As for lyrics, the phrase "Where is my phone" is common enough that everyone could understand the panic Mitski is trying to convey. Also, many biblical references, such as being in a ditch on the street. I believe that's from Paul, talking about women and completely blanket. This is about Paul talking about women and their prostitutes and stuff like that. Mitzi also confronts her hypersexuality, also seen with the music video during the intro, which is not something I personally deal with, but other black women um, are presented with the stereotype of being hyper or hyposexual, and there being no in between. Same thing for black men. Mitski also wants to clear her head and have no thoughts, which could also tell you what I said about social media from the story of the music video. Again, I really love the song. If you have anything to say about it, type it down in the comments. This is actually like one of my favorite songs of the album. I personally feel like this is. Oh my goodness. I personally feel like this in most relationships I've been in the past, whether it's been romantic or platonic, since I've never really wanted to be the first one to leave first. I'd rather be the one who takes the blame. Have I been in a situation where I did have to leave first? Yes. Did I like it? No. I don't think you ever like that though. So, yeah. I also feel like I change for the people I love, taking on their traits and their problems and applying it to myself. That I do constantly to the point I felt like I had no sense of self. And I was talking about this with someone it was, who I saw a very close friend. We're not friends anymore, but, and he's like, oh, that's really sad. And I'm like, okay. I just confided in you and now you're just making me feel worse and like I shouldn't have opened up to you at all. I didn't say that though. Of course not. Anyway, constant, constant change that I've completely forgotten the woman I used to be. Bold of me to assume I knew in the first place. Also, I tend to love very intensely. It never mattered how much the person hurt me or described staying was hard. I usually let go unless others who actually cared about my well being told me to. And Mitski's holding on to this person through their cats, but is happy that even if the relationship doesn't work out, the cats will still be well cared for. Her partner's happy, and that's good enough for her. Me too, Mitski. Me too. As we talked about before, one of the main things in this album is personal loss in terms of romantic relationships, while the singer experienced mental issues. It's like she took out one of my letters I wrote when I was in a similar headspace and turned it into a song. I used to be a private person. Crazy. I know. I had overconfided in one person and one person only, and that was too much. To the point, like, we're not even friends anymore either. Like, we haven't talked in, like, months, and before that, it was, like, 2 years of us just not talking. Because I did that. And other things I did. But mostly because of that. What I tried to do was form trust and end up pushing the person I loved away. I've tried to convince myself that it wasn't worth sticking around and my family would be fine. That my friends would be fine because they wouldn't know, they wouldn't care. After all, I just met them that year. It is best to leave that person, even if they're everything. Even if you feel like this is the best you can do, you can't expect other people to pull you out of your darkness. You also have to want it for yourself. More so, like, not that you shouldn't ask for help. That is not what I'm saying. I'm saying you can't expect someone to be able to pull you out of your emotional rut, even no matter how much you love them and they love you. You have to be able to also put in the effort and work into doing that yourself. Not that you shouldn't want help and aren't supposed to depend on people. More so, you can't solely depend on people. Again, this is how men view women after they die, changing who they are as a person and disrespecting the memory of the woman, used only for her body and the picture they can paint of her. Being the muse at losing all sense of personality, a sense of self, defined in the box that society and misogyny locks you in for being a woman, for being seen as lesser than and only a pretty face. If you aren't pretty, too bad. They'll still use your body while mouthing insults that their own fragile ego would be able to take. Like someone said, they were scared of my natural hair, and even more scared when I flat ironed it. I'm no longer talking to that person anymore. But, like, how are you scared of my natural hair? The the heck? Where was I? I feel this because so many people have spread rumors about me that are completely baseless about that same person who's scared of my hair. Like the actual hell, man. Because, like, what do you mean? You're spreading. Many people spread rumors about me, actually. At that point, they're just jealous. I'm gonna be so real. They're really just jealous people. Like, they're really jealous people. Anyway, I wrote a poem which tackles this idea, but from the lens of race. I believe that's like a May video, which will be shown in a future video. I think it's in May. I don't think there's anything wrong with the song. I just didn't have much to say about it as other ones she made. It's just not one of my favorites. Okay, I like this one even less. Not because it's not a good song. I just feel like I had less. Not only did I have like way less to say about it, I also did not feel like returning to this headspace because like listening to this album definitely messed me up for like a couple days. Anyway, a person disassociating while they're taking the scenic route to the credits, which is not what I meant to say. The sonic. I don't know what else you would call it. Like, every time I feel like you rushing through, you take like this, but that's not what that means. That's not what that means at all. Think of it like this: you're trying to fast track to the credits, but it's saved by death herself. That is this person who would contemplate many times in the future, but for right now, she's very young, and death will be back for her when it's the singer's actual time. I just don't think the song is for me. I don't have much to say about it. Is it pretty? Yes, but like, uh, I'll change for you. Even though I like this song, I just feel like I said a lot of the stuff I would say. I already said it. I already said it in Cats and If I Leave. I've already said it. And I would quite literally change for people. I have changed for people. I have made myself smaller. I've made myself less sensitive. I've made myself a doormat for people who did not deserve it, who do not deserve it. And I've excused their actions, and I never required them to do as much for them as they do for as no, I've never required for them to do unto me as I've done unto them. Because I would always make time. I'm the one who makes the time. I'm the one who always figure out a way to make it work. And they would give the bare minimum. Or less than that. Or less than that. So yeah. So she took my soul, turned it inside out, and handed it back to me. It also brings back a current thing of bars changing to fit inside the mold for ones you love. Mitski, you absolute star. Again, I really love this song. I just didn't have a lot to say about it. Because it sounds like a broken record. Rules. Country, and I don't hate it. 2 times in one album. Talking about a toxic relationship cycle. I also love this song, but I don't have much to say about it. I did love the lyric video for most stuff. It is so chaotic and fun, and the filters work the best with the song. I think it's... I meant to say fire. It says, I think it's 5. Oh, I think it's fine if you don't pay it. Yeah. I think it's fine if you don't pay attention to the actual lyrics, but hey, that describes a lot of Mitski's supposedly happy songs. She says she's retired from sad, but I don't think she ever did. No, quite literally, I can't listen to any of these songs in a car. But I love her music, but I can't listen to them in a car. Drums. I love the drums in this song. Also the guitar. I personally think this song is about colonialism. Taking people's home even though it's theirs. But because the cat marked it, it's not the cat's. So the singer has a dog to pay for the cat's house. She is she's the backbone of this tiny ecosystem, and she gets nothing to take with her after death. History, as in what the mother said, like, the only thing you can trust is the things you live through, because people will take what you have. And the cat will still own the house. I feel like this is funny because every part of all my ethnicities that are mixed into me, I've been turned into like every single one of them. Every single one. Because I got no parts of whites in me. They took out the egg whites. And all I got is the yolk. I got the color. Anyway. Dogs howling in the wind. I'm not funny. This song talks about paying for death, which is also a Greek mythology reference, which I adore. It also talks about how the girl is a survivor from history of taking the easy way out among what the heck? The other girls she used to live with, either her sister, her mother, or just women in her family history. So with the guilt and grief she carries with her, she pays death by feeding the dogs, trying to reclaim a death into a new life. I know you're probably sick of me saying it, but I know I have most a personal connection to this song. So like, I don't like. I never had feel like I had to pay because somebody died. or because I'm still here today, my survival is good. No, like, it's never gotten that bad. I mean, people died, and I used to believe I had to pay for people's deaths. But they pushed that on me when I was really young, so, yeah. Final song of the album! Yippee! This video is so short compared to the last three I posted. Alright, it's fine. Alright, the final song of the album. Yippee! This song about rebirth only to die. I'm gonna listen to all of Mitski songs, mostly because I'm scared of being sad and it messing me up for a couple days. But I saw in Genius, it's like very similar to another song she wrote about like coming back as a rain. Mitski speaks to be what do I be saying? Mitski creates a contrast to oh wait, no, I was right. Mitski speaks to be the contrast, to make things in life seem more beautiful. I adore the bridge. It's so powerful. I felt like that for a long time. But guess what? There was light at the end of the tunnel. It happened, guys. It finally happened. As she waits for the lightning to grant as she waits for the lightning to grant her this wish. To become, it says run instead of rain, to become rain in her next life. But our most personal connection to the song, either, that's like for all of the songs, I don't think that they like my top 3 songs. Alright, I was making a top 3 songs. We're gonna do the personal ranking, so let's make this quick, shall we? 1, If I Leave. 2, I'll Change for You. 3, Where's My Phone. 4, In a Lake. 5, Lightning. 6, Rules. 7, Charms Obel. 8, Cats. 9, That White Cat. 10, Dead Woman. 11, Instead of Here. I love this album so much. It's just not one I can listen to on the regular. It's a very sad and heart-wrenching album that messes me up for days after listening to it. But that doesn't make it any less beautiful, any less beautifully made, both musically and visually. I love Mitski getting. I hope Mitski's getting better, and that this is very therapeutic for her. I also hope that her voice is strong while she's on tour. Thank you so much for watching. This is so fun to make. Like, as soon as the album came out, I was like, oh my gosh, I should definitely make a video talking about it. So this is so much fun to make. I love you all so much. See you next time. Bye. Mwah.